Welcome to Basic Brewing Video. I'm James Spencer.
And I'm Steve Wilkes.
And here we are in Oakland, California at the National Homebrewers Conference of the American Homebrewers Association.
Tonight's Pro Night, and that means there are 52 commercial breweries here, the most ever, for 1,100 homebrewers. Good Lord, it's the most attendees ever at a National Homebrewing Conference. So why don't we go out and see what everybody's up to?
That's a great idea.
I'm not sure if I'm stalking you or you're stalking me.
I think you're stalking me.
Well, you got me dead to rights. Now tell our viewing audience where you're from.
I'm from North Carolina.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a great time.
Who'd you bring with you?
I brought my sweetie pie.
Hey, Mr. Sweetie Pie, also known as Phil. Phil, what are you drinking?
I don't know.
Beer.
Beer?
Maybach from over there.
Yes, Maybach. That's it. Maybach.
Maybach. So what are you all drinking?
I am drinking the Hops on Rye cask conditioned ale from, I don't know the name of the brewery, sorry, but it's really good.
That's good. Is everybody having a good time?
We're having a great time.
Awesome.
Meet the animals at the session. Splash 10. We've got crazy hops in there.
Do that. We can do that.
Tell me where you guys are from.
San Jose. San Jose.
And what's your names?
Richard. Mike.
Now tell me what you guys are drinking.
This is the IPA from Drake's here. Big hop nose.
Big hop nose. What about you, sir?
I had the Saison, which is gone already, so yeah, it was pretty good.
What do you think of the conference so far?
Having a good time.
Yeah, I had a good time.
I was just here 19 years ago for the last one here.
Is this your second one?
In this building.
Some chocolatey, and then we get the coffee flavor, mostly from chocolate.
What are you drinking? What do you like?
Oh, the Mirror has been my absolute favorite. I love barley wines, and that is a top-notch barley wine.
How about yourself?
Steve, I can't pick a favorite. Everything's great. I don't know. Anchor Steam's got a special blend going on tonight. It's just amazing, and there's some incredible beers out here.
That's like asking what's your favorite song.
That's exactly right.
No, we do ship cold. We transport cold, we deliver cold, we keep it cold. We did just start filtering with Becco Pad.
I'm here with Peter Hoey from the Sacramento Brewing Company. Is that right?
That's correct.
And you've got an awesome sour beer here. It's got some tart cherries in it.
Yeah.
You're the brewer, right?
That's right.
Tell me about this beer.
So we made this beer using 40% unmalted wheat and remaining 60% just made it with Pilsner malt. It's a very, very simple grain bill. We used one hop, 10-year-old. They call them lambic hops. I believe they were saws at one point, but they've just, all the characters kind of been aged out of them. And we made it by using a turbid mash. And
What's that?
Turbid mash is when you're kind of coaxing longer chains of starch out of the grains instead of trying to get all fermentability like we normally would in a beer. The point being, this beer is 16 months old. It's been undergoing a very long fermentation process, and by essentially, instead of getting right into the temperature where enzymes are going to convert all those starches into sugars, we mash very cold while there's still lots of starch, run right off into the kettle, and we dump a bunch of more hot water into the mash to raise the temperature to kind of break down some of the proteins. Run off into the kettle, dump more hot water, and so we're reaching all these different temperature rests, and the resulting wort is kind of built for this fermentation. We still reach a saccharification rest where we're generating sugars. The yeast will go ahead and eat those right off early in the fermentation, but what's left are, like I said, these really long starch chains, which Brettanomyces and Lactobacillus can eat, and that's when all that sour character that you find in these beers starts to manifest itself. Early on, a month into this fermentation, the beer tastes like a golden ale.
I'll be darned.
And then it sits in, we barrel fermented this. It sits in the barrel for, like I said, 16 months. About 3 months ago, we added the tart cherries, a little bit more lactobacillus, just to make sure we get the acidity up a little bit. And, you know, it's a very simple recipe, but a lot of time.
Yeah, it sounds like it, and it's just a tremendous beer. My congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you like it.
This is made with a double mash. It's also a portion of it's barrel fermented in bourbon barrels.
This beer is the second most indigenous beer to the San Francisco Bay Area.
What's the first most?
Anchor Steam. because you can't make this beer in San Diego. You can't make this beer in Tucson, Toledo, or what's that? There's a place in like, is it Rhode Island or I don't know. There's some other brewery that's like got some big name back east. Where is that place anyway? Connecticut, I think it is. Yeah.
It's mighty good. And there's no hops in this. So the redwood, you used the redwood to replace the hops?
What's that?
Did you use the redwood to replace the hops?
Yes. And this beer, like I said, I use them specifically to replace all the characters the hops gave. After I understood that, now I've gone to using other ingredients, not so much to replace the hops, but to see what else you can do to still make... I want a beer to taste like beer, not to taste like wine. There's grapes and stuff for that. There's mead that's got other weird honey and stuff. It's the first beer, first thing I ever fermented. You can't hear this. The first thing I ever fermented was mead. So, I mean, I don't want to disparage it too much, but you want a beer that's drinkable. You want a beverage that's drinkable. That's what's most important. Whether it has hops or redwood or cedar or some weird tree from South America or spices from who knows where. It's gotta taste good. It's gotta make you want another one. Otherwise, you failed.
Come and visit us on the web. At basicbrewing.com, you can find archive lists of both our audio and video podcasts on home brewing. You can also find our DVDs, Introduction to Extract Home Brewing, Stepping into All Grain, Low-Tech Lagering and Decoction Mashing, and our latest edition, Introduction to Wine Kits. Drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. Write to james@basicbrewing.com, steve@basicbrewing.com, or just use the contact form on basicbrewing.com.
Just make good beer. It's not that hard. Really.